Good evening, every world. We are broadcasting live to the entire planet. Welcome to another episode of Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am, of course, your narrator, Supreme Mr. Rob Robot Shlomo, and with me, as always, is our faithful companion, Mr. Tom Connors.
Hello, good sir. How are you doing tonight?
Fantastic. We're trying a couple new things here.
And
We're
you dropped
trying
off
something,
twice already.
What was it? What?
Said you already dropped out twice, so yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully that clears up here.
Yeah, oh, for fuck's sake. Rob has terrible internet. Again? There is no again. I have terrible internet, period.
We are working on it, though. We're actually trying Google Hangouts tonight because we were told that was supposed to use less bandwidth or whatever. We'll see how that goes throughout the night. We apologize, though, for Rob's dropouts. And as much as I can, I'll tell him, hey, say that again if I have to. But hopefully that's not so much a problem.
Okay, I had to abandon the chat for the time being, abandon the live window. So okay, well, anyway, we got a couple stories for you, good people. Let's dive right in. Why don't we?
Absolutely. We got a pair of Spider-Man stories to kick off tonight. Isn't that right, Rob?
Yes, Spider-Man, pay no royalties when I can. So anyway,
yes, indeed you do.
Now I remember on Spider-Man the animated series on Fox.
Yeah.
They have a huge storyline with Michael Morbius. And actually I kept saying that actually should probably be the next movie. But at Sony, there's no shortage of bad ideas. So they want to give Michael Morbius his own movie without Spider-Man.
Oh.
Which is kind of pointless.
Well, I think they're trying to ride the Venom wave. They think they've got something going for them. And
Venom, there is no Venom wave.
Venom will do okay because people know who Venom is.
Yeah.
You know who Morbius is. I know who Morbius is. Our two listeners know who Morbius is. But the general audience probably doesn't.
No. But anyway, they're trying to Sony's developing a Michael Morbius spin-off movie, and there's some casting news. Isn't that right?
Yeah, Jared Leto's getting around like herpes, I guess. I don't know. I could have thought of a better analogy, but he can't keep. He's everywhere when it comes to, especially these comic book movies and these villains. So
yeah, we're gonna have to build a wall around Jared Leto. Take everybody's job away from him. So anyway, bad joke there.
Jibs.
But anyway, this comes like to do us from the Hollywood Reporter. Jared Leto to star in Sony Spider-Man title Morbius. Daniel Espinosa is to direct. The Oscar-winning actor is signed on to star in Morbius, Sony's latest entry into its Marvel-based Spider-Man-centric universe of characters. Daniel Espinosa, the Scandinavian. Okay, Espinosa is a Scandinavian filmmaker. That's a Hispanic name, but I digress. Daniel Espinosa, the Scandinavian filmmaker who helmed Safe House last year's sci-fi thriller Life, will direct the feature, which has a script by Burke Sharpless and Matt Zazama, the duo who created Netflix's Lost in Space remake. Avi Arad and Matt Tolnick will produce with Lucas Foster. The project is based on the anti-hero Morbius, the living vampire. Morbius is Dr. Michael Morbius, a scientist who suffered from a rare blood disease and attempted to cure himself to disastrous results. Instead of being cured, he became afflicted with a condition that was a form of vampirism, the thirst for blood, along with fangs and super strength, and fought Spider-Man. Over time, however, he became a slightly heroic figure in his own right and even headlined his own comic book titles. Goes on to say Morbius was created by writer Roy Thomas and artist Gil Kane and first appeared in 1971's Amazing Spider-Man number 101, the first issue not written by Spider-Man co-creator Stan Lee and executive and Sony. Damn it. Sony executive Palak Patel will oversee the movie for the studio.
You were doing so good too, damn it.
Wasn't I? Anyway, while Leto has in the past chosen projects that had indie sensibilities, winning an Oscar for his work in Dallas Buyers Club, in recent years, he has been targeting roles in tentpole franchise projects. In addition to playing the popular DC villain in 2016's Suicide Squad, The actor played a sinister character in Blade Runner 2049 and is attached to a sequel to Tron. So anyway,
They keep trying to make that. Oh, that was bad. Sorry. Oh, but I mean, I'd rather see him do this than Joker. But do I care?
friend of, no, a friend of mine, Jake, said that his Joker was a lot like if he just was on screen flinging feces at you. So I mean,
Pretty much.
yeah.
I mean, Morbius would work better on his
yeah.
own without Spider-Man than Venom, at least. Sorry. Go ahead.
Maybe, but I keep saying, but the ideal. Okay, yeah, I keep saying ideally, this is your setup. Okay, Spider-Man, like Peter Parker, is at Empire State University or NYU or whatever, or Columbia or whatever. Okay, and then there's like a series of attacks, like female co-eds are being attacked. Oh, and he's out one night and he hears a scream. He puts on the Spider-Man costume and he sees a shadowy figure, feasting on the blood of a young co-ed, and it's Michael Morbius, and the movie writes itself.
Vampires. I thought that stuff was just in the movies, like that old Tom Cruise movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, we're going to make the Morbius movie without the Parker kid. It's part of our spider-centric universe.
It's spiderless. It's spiderless.
Amy, can we
What?
use them? Can we use the Morbius for this movie?
Are you gonna make it a chick?
No. He's gonna be a white guy, but he's gonna be an evil white guy.
Who's playing it?
So, that fruity Leto kid.
Okay. But you can't use Spider-Man. I don't know.
No,
That's probably how
right.
it went down.
That's probably how it all went down. Yeah. Oh boy. But like I said, there's just no shortage of bad ideas. It's okay. It's not necessarily a bad idea. Okay, Michael Morbius is an interesting enough character, but again, without Spider-Man, what's the point?
Well, as I was stating, I see, at least in this, Spider-Man and Venom go almost hand in hand. They're like a yin and yang. You know what I mean? Venom's powers are a direct result of Peter wearing the symbiote suit, however you want to put it. I don't remember how you're supposed to say it. I know you get yelled at if you don't say it right. So, regardless, his powers are a direct result. The look of Venom is a direct result. Trying to come up with some crazy reasons why Venom has all these Spider-Man-like powers and looks like an evil, vicious killer Spider-Man in a universe without Spider-Man makes no sense. Morbius, on the other hand, is a little bit more... I don't know if universal is the word, but he doesn't necessarily need Spider-Man to stand on his own. Like I think somebody just pointed out in the chat here a while back, he was meant to be in Blade 2, which is true. So I mean, he's at least somebody who you could probably build a movie around him a lot easier than I see Venom working out. I don't know.
It's a modern telling of Dracula, really, is what it is. But yeah, and so it could work on its own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has a little more potential on its own than Venom, anyway, at least in my opinion. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
So
hey, you're doing good. That's the first time you dropped out in a while, Rob. So you're hanging in there.
That's Viagra's kicking in.
Is that it?
Tonight's episode brought to you by Viagra. You can't get it up, the little blue pill will help. Viagra.
All right.
I remember a little quick side story. I was pouring. I used to have a job pouring beer at a minor league ballpark, and this guy had this jacket on. And this was like back in the mid '90s when the drug first came around. Viagra Racing Team. I'm like, that is the coolest jacket ever. So, it was actually a really nice jacket too.
So anyway, anything else you have to say about the Morbius news there, Rob, or are we gonna move on to the next story here pretty quick?
Just please don't do it.
Yeah, I guess at this point, I don't know. I would rather see him as a Spider-Man villain, but you could pick worse characters to give them their own solo film, I guess, in the end.
Oh, we've got plenty of solo movies planned for other characters. The Aunt May movie, I think that one's still coming.
Yeah, it sounds like they have that in the pipeline there.
Oh, and that what's that Marissa Tomei? She's a number, let me tell you. Oh, if I were just a few years younger, oh, let me tell you, I'd 23 skidoo. The kids still say that, don't they?
No.
Oh, all right. So
Oh,
anyway,
shit.
so anyway, I keep saying Tom. How does Tom Rothman still have a job? I keep wondering.
In Hollywood, all you can do is fail up, evidently, nowadays. Fail up.
Uh,
And fail big.
fail up and fail big. That's right. Oh, Kathleen, she'll get a job at Sony pretty soon.
Oh, shit. Anyway, you want to
Uh,
move on to this next bit of Spidey news we got?
yes, Sony's officially confirmed the title for the Spider-Man sequel. This comes to us from comicbook.com. Thanks to Tom Holland, the official name of Spider-Man Homecoming sequel came before an official release, but now the studio is confirming it's true. Today, Sony Pictures officially confirmed the title for the anticipated sequel, which will be called Spider-Man Far From Home. Sounds like a Benji movie. The
I think I
movie will
got that one.
the movie will follow up the first Tom Holland Spider-Man starring Spider-Man film, Spider-Man Homecoming, which of course took place after the character debuted in Marvel Cinematic Universe's Captain America Civil War. The name originally hit the internet thanks to an Instagram post from Holland. Holland shared a video from Ace Comic Con in Seattle where he apologized for the lack of news or announcements concerning the upcoming movie.
Somebody's
He didn't
throwing
let
shit
fa-
at you.
No, I
Sounds
dropped
like.
my back scratcher.
Oh, that was.
So, yeah. Anyways,
Sorry.
he didn't let fans go away completely empty-handed, though, as he lifted up an iPad with what looks to be a script for the movie, along with the film's title, "Far From Home." And it says, okay, it goes on to say that Holland has a reputation for sharing secrets. Regardless of whether it was planned or unplanned, the title definitely got fans' gears turning in regards to what it could mean. So,
Yeah, and basically, the reason we didn't run with this sooner is just the reason you stated was, I'm like, are they trying to be clever because we know that Tom Holland can't keep a secret, and this is just a bunch of horse shit and them having fun, or did Tom really fuck up again? You know?
oh no, that Holland kid has a big mouth. We all knew that. We all knew that when we hired him, but he's a really nice boy. I tell you, he looks a little like he has a look.
He's got
He
a
looks
very
like
cute butt.
he looks like he has a touch of the gay though. He's English.
No. He's British.
Oh, I
That's
thought
why.
ain't that the same thing? The British
No,
and the
no.
English.
No.
Oh no.
Well, that part,
Oh,
yes, but that doesn't necessarily. That's why you think he's.
you mean he doesn't have the gay? Oh my goodness.
I don't think so. I hope not.
But if he is, there's
Otherwise,
nothing.
my fantasies are ruined.
But
I'm
there's
back to you and
not that there's-
McGregor again.
But as the Steinberg comedian said, not that there's anything wrong with that, you know. So, suddenly Tom
Yeah.
Rothman sounds like my Aunt May.
Yeah, now we just keep getting higher and higher and higher. And well, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Well,
little bit of
anyway,
Linda Richmond in there.
little bit of Linda Richmond, but Homecoming is it's supposed to take place after Infinity War,
That's the rumor.
and but which means Spider-Man's not going to stay dead. Like I said, none of these characters are going to stay dead. None of them. But it says here about how.
Well, I'm sure we'll lose a few at the end, but the
Yeah.
deaths we've seen prior to this that happened after a certain point aren't permanent. I mean, we've pretty
Yeah.
much been saying that, but oops, spoilers for a movie that's been out for a few months, guys. Sorry if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, but like I said, Far From
Billy-
Home. There's always been rumors that they're going to take Spider-Man overseas and he's going to go to London.
Yeah,
or
there was
Paris
that
or
rumor,
whatever.
so it could be true. Well, not only that, if he's in outer space still.
Oh yeah, well there's Far From
He's
home.
very far
Yeah,
from home.
but
But Billy Barnett says Rothman kind of
oh yeah.
sounds like Roger Rabbit, if that's his actual voice. That's not. We're surely that's not his actual voice.
No,
But
I've heard Tom Rothman's actual voice, and it sounds like Tom Rothman sounds kind of like this. He's a, but like kind of like he's a big tall guy, and
and
he
Rob
doesn't
just
sound
knows it
anything
would
like
probably
that.
piss him off if he heard.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the Momo, he's talking about me again. I never did anything to him. Why does he always have to make fun of me? But
Does
it's
kind of
just
sound
funnier
like
to
Roger
imagine.
Rabbit.
It's just funnier to imagine Tom Rothman as this meek kind of guy who's just overwhelmed by his job.
And just like
That
my
he
Amy
just
Pascal sounds nothing like her, but I can't take as many drugs or shove as many marbles or whatever it is it's going to take for me to sound like that. I mean, really, if you think about it, she probably sounds more like the Godfather than that. I just do the hello Dave voice because I picture her with a cigar. I don't know why. And I literally do it every time.
yeah. Oh, Amy, you need to cut down on the cigars. They're
I
bad for
love
you,
them.
don't you? Oh, my right. Amy, you're gonna get the lung cancer. But anyway, so like we said, we're gonna we like I said, we don't know. There's a lot of rumors floating around about
All the
what's
rumors
gonna
about
happen,
Rob
but
are true. I mean, not true. Wait, what are we
oh
talking about
jeez.
again? I forgot. Oh yeah,
I
Spider-Man,
don't know.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. But anyway, but just like this, 67, 65 people watching in the chat. Thank you, everybody,
Yes,
for joining us tonight. That
we
Harv
got.
guy,
Go ahead.
Planet Spidey. That Harv guy, Planet Spidey. I'm not. There's nothing confirmed, but But as soon as we know, we'll let you guys know.
Right, and we have one more story to get to, and then we'll take some questions from you guys. So
Yes,
let's.
The DOJ has approved Fox's bid minus the regional sports networks. This actually comes to me from Deadline. The Department of Justice has approved Disney's bid for 21st Century Fox's assets, provided that the company agrees to carve out Fox's regional sports networks over ESPN-related monopoly concerns. Monopoly concerns. Wall Street investors and many media observers had already been looking at the RSN regional sports networks as a potential sticking point in the $71.3 billion deal. So the news was not a total shocker. The okay from the Department of Justice, is also not the ultimate green light for Disney, as several other regulatory bodies will need to weigh in. The news still puts pressure on Comcast to respond to Disney's offers, which sources have indicated it is trying to do. The two companies have been competing for Fox Studio network assets, with Comcast reportedly trying to line up outside funding sources with the sense that the bidding could reach the $90 billion range. With Fox already having accepted Disney's initial offer of $52.4 billion last December, rebuffing a previous Comcast proposal, the regulatory clock has already been running for 7 months as the bidding has recently escalated. Both Comcast and Fox declined requests for comments on the news. So I don't want to say it's a done deal, but we're getting closer.
The T's are crossed, the I's aren't dotted yet. That's what it is. That's all it is. So this is like one of those quick stories. Like, yeah, this is what's happening, folks. It's a little update to what's going on with this whole merger/sale thing. So basically, Disney should be able to get everything they wanted minus the sports channels, which I'm not totally surprised, but I'm sure Comcast will take the sloppy whatever's left over there.
Comcast, well, not necessarily Comcast, but NBC, which Comcast owns. I don't know how big a deal this is, but Fox Sports has Major League Baseball, as rights to Major League Baseball, and NBC has wanted Major League Baseball back for ages now. And so the side benefit of that was that this would have been a way for them to get part of it. But they're gonna have to wait. The Major League Baseball contract, I hear, is up in 2021, I think. So, and I can't stand Fox's sports coverage. I really can't. They're terrible. You watch the World Series, it's like It's like, and and the Chicago Cubs have just won the World Series, and we'll be right back after these messages. And they come back after 2.5 minutes. Oh, you've missed one hell of a celebration. You'll never see that ever again in our lifetimes. Oh my goodness, there's a dramatic development on.
And we will not show the replay. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Fox is terrible. Fox is terrible.
Yes.
But yeah, they do have great. They do have great like original, great programming, but their sports coverage is terrible. So, but anyway, Anthony Altieri. I grew up in Wisconsin. Fox had John Madden, so I'm kind of required to like Fox Sports. He was on CBS before that for years. I was always Madden and Summerall.
Yeah.
All right, you got it right there, and boom, right there, and you just put your hands over and boom, right there.
If you hike the ball and you get it in the guy's hands and you throw it and he gets in the end zone, that's a touchdown. If you put some meat on top of some other meat in between some bread, that's a sandwich. He just always said the most obvious fucking thing there was. Oh yeah.
Nathan Box 64. I love FIFA, but fuck Fox Sports. Yeah. Fox couldn't. They tried that ridiculous glow puck with hockey. Do you remember that?
Yes.
They tried this. What can we get? How can we get more people to watch hockey? Well, they have trouble seeing the puck. Well, let's make it glow. And those pucks cost $400 each.
No. They missed the idea. What people watch hockey for is the fights. So now if you just hire a bunch of WWE people to play hockey, we're good. No, I'm just making shit up.
The new arenas are so well lit; it doesn't make a difference anymore. So, but anyway, so let's yeah. They're talking about the hockey. Oh my goodness! And not many of my people like to play hockey. I don't. I have weak ankles. I can't skate all that good. I'm only comfortable with ice if it's in a drink. So, Nat Murphy, they need to bring Harry Carey back for that. Hey, everybody.
Harry Carey here.
First rule about the glow puck. Don't talk about the glow puck.
You want to fix it? Get Bob Uecker. He makes everything better. So.
Yeah.
Just a bit outside. That's one for the Wisconsinites and those major league fans out there. Anyway.
Let's take some questions, actually.
Yes, let's do.
I don't think there's any more news on the docket for right now. But let's
nothing really worth talking about anyway. Nathan Box, Midnight's Edge After Dark. Have you guys recently heard about the controversy with the Atari VCS? No, I have not.
No, I haven't heard it either. If I'm playing an old school Atari game, I'm playing it on an emulator. So it's I haven't been checking the news actually about that.
I haven't heard about it, but yeah.
I'll look into it and get back to you on that. Geno X. Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you're
Geno
the man with the
voice. Geno X. I'm going to read it like Tom Rothman. No, just kidding. Geno X 1987. Midnight Edge After Dark. What do you think of Street Fighter being given a Marvel Cinematic Universe deal or solo origin movies with a big tournament Avengers style team up?
Maybe.
I say leave it as a video game. Well, isn't a Street Fighter movie would just be Enter the Dragon? Really,
that first one is so god van damn bad though. That was a good one. Oh shit. Do you think we were sorry, I always forget to read the names. Voda Saxon 07, one of our regular listeners here at Midnight's Edge. Do you think we will ever see Disney get the chance to buy Spider-Man rights back from Sony outright? Yes, I do. Why? Because it's been kind of like that well-known secret that Sony has been wanting to sell for a while. So if the right buyer comes by and buys Sony, I have a feeling Disney's going to turn around and go, can we maybe get a hold of those rights? Or there's a situation where the rights might revert anyway. So, yeah.
Nat, see that domestic box office just hit $6 billion faster than ever. I did see that, and they owe everything to actually Avengers Infinity War.
Sorry, you're going to have to reread that. I did not hear it. So.
Okay. Nat Murphy, did you see that the domestic box office just hit $6 billion faster than ever? Yes, and they owe that to Avengers Infinity War.
And Black Panther in the same year, and Jurassic World, even though I didn't like it, is doing okay, and Deadpool, and yeah.
Ant-Man and Wasp is going to help, but it's what's left. There's really not much left for this.
I
For the
think
rest of the
people
year.
are underestimating Ant-Man and Wasp a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But I think the openings are a little low, the opening estimates. And that's because it's coming off of Infinity War.
Yeah. Eric Draven, any news about KK and Disney? No, just what we reported recently. And then Ryan Johnson, that round-headed fucker, he's gone on Twitter. And he's pretty much told somebody that he's sorry. Oh, I'm sorry that you're not smart enough to understand my movie.
I was gonna say it was more like one of those "I'm sorry you don't get it" kind of things. Yeah. I don't know if it's that. It was such a sorry in your sense.
Yeah. He for a guy whose trilogy is on the line, he's not doing himself any favors. Okay, some more questions. Hold on.
Go ahead if you got one.
Draven G, was that the one you were going for?
Nope.
Draven G, would you be down for a Justice Society of America movie that's set in the golden? You good? Why not? I don't see why not. Nothing else we've done has worked. So why not?
Yeah. Nat Murphy, do you think people will be okay with Ant-Man and the Wasp after Infinity War? I think so. I think what it's going to happen is it's going to be a much bigger opening, and if the movie's good, it's going to play a little longer than the first film and do close to, if not over that $1 billion because of Infinity War. So yeah, because I think people are going to want to know what the hell happened. If not, they're going to want to know, at least what the hell's going on with Ant-Man and Wasp and what the deal is there. Because I think a lot of people are aware that this and Captain Marvel are going to tie in specifically to Infinity War in some way. So
yeah,
or at least they expect it to.
Red Syrup, where's Andre? Missed that voice. He
might
just be getting up.
Actually, I think he just went to bed here a little bit ago because he sent me an editorial, which I got to work on as soon as we're done. But yeah, when generally we go live, he's in bed and he works long hours, and it's tough to get him live. He's not a big fan of going live, so that's going to be a rarity if ever. But we'll see. We got some stuff with him coming up. So, what did we have? There was a good question here that we missed. Alice Sorhell, do you guys think Colin Trevorrow should get kicked out of Jurassic World series? He was responsible for ruining Boyana's vision for the film. I have heard a little bit about that. I don't know all the specifics right offhand, but yeah, I'm not sure. Jurassic World 2 to me was just a fucking mess. Check out my review if you want to hear what I thought of it, but yeah. Tim Augustine, Rob, let Star Trek Online update tonight. Okay, so you can start farming your T6 shit. Summer event. That wasn't a question.
The two late show. Awesome. Got you guys live feed. So Gremlins 3 more like Gremlins 2 or more like 1. I like Gremlins 1.
Well, I think they're asking if we think that Gremlins 3 is going to be more like 1 or 2, and I think it's going to be more like 1 because it's supposed to be a reboot. Last we knew, instead of a sequel now. So
hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, I hope it would go a little bit closer back to the first one's roots because I love the second film, but yeah.
Sidious Neil. Someone needs to punch Ryan Johnson in the nuts. Ryan Johnson doesn't have nuts. He doesn't. He's been emasculated by Kathleen Kennedy.
Where's Doomcock? Actually, as long as all goes well, he is supposed to join us tomorrow night, and that was also from Sidious Neil, however you say it. Yeah.
Nat Murphy again. What if Ant-Man and Wasp doesn't answer many Infinity War Avenger War 4 questions? Are people ready for a palate cleanse? I think so.
Well, right. Chances are, if it doesn't connect with Infinity War, it won't be till the end anyway. I highly doubt it will take place after, just from the tone of the film we've seen so far. That's really all I'm going from. I don't know anything else other than that. Yeah. But
actually, Allosaur Hell had a good one. Would you guys enjoy Ryan Johnson getting beat up by a big burly man in the supermarket? Oh no, we don't want to see Ryan Johnson get beat up by anyone. Isn't that?
Well, I don't wish him physical pain.
Nothing wrong with that.
The best thing that's going to happen to Ryan, and this is the thing, I've seen people pushing the story from about 2 months ago about his producer saying,
Yeah.
you know, it's going to be 2 years until they get to it or whatever. Yeah. So people are trying to spin it. Yeah, Billy Barnett, Gremlins 2 is the sequel that better than the original. In a lot of ways, in my opinion, yes, I agree with you. It's also, to me, just like equal, but it's different, so that's why I love it. So, yeah. It's like the Muppet movie met, well, Looney Tunes movie met Gremlins, but yeah.
Yeah, that Harv guy wasn't Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, just a long version of the TLJ Canto Bite Casino scheme.
Kinda. To me, it was
Yeah.
just like Lost World, really. Only worse. A lot worse. I loved Lost World. I haven't liked this Jurassic Park movie since, so.
Yeah. Night of Snoke. What is the worst DC Marvel films, TV shows you have seen going back as far as you can remember watching? Oh, okay, the Captain America from 1977. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, not so much that it
Um,
was just kind of off the mark.
well,
They tried to
it was of
modernize
its
him.
time.
Well, they tried to
It was
modernize
of
the
its time,
character, and I don't even think they carried much over from the original. That 70s one.
In,
Yeah. He had a
in
helmet.
1974, yeah, in 1974 there was a Wonder Woman movie starring Kathy Lee Crosby. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that's DC though. Or did
Well,
he say DC
Marvel
or
and
Marvel?
DC. Marvel and DC.
Well, if then if the answer to that then is you're wrong, because it was fucking. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman is the answer. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, it was a musical of Superman.
The musical Superman, the stage musical. I know of it.
And I believe it's actually on YouTube now, but it is pretty bad.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm sure there's probably some worse, but those are pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Brown Captain America was pretty bad. That's the one I think we're both talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. There was actually a sequel to that too.
Jess Reed. Inhumans was the worst. Inhumans was pretty bad. I never finished watching it though, so I can't.
No,
really.
neither.
Yeah. Would you rather see a remake of The Last Starfighter, Labyrinth, or The Never-Ending Story? Asked Nat Murphy once again.
Last Starfighter actually has the most potential. To be good.
Yeah, I agree. Draven G, is the Flash TV show from the early 90s worth watching? Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes. It's actually pretty good.
Especially if you want to get a lot of stuff in the newer shows. Because there's a lot of callbacks and actors and stuff that show up there. And actually, it's pretty cheap. I think you get the entire series for like $20 or something like that. Less than that, maybe even on Amazon or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, check it out if you haven't. It's definitely worth it. Oh, and yeah, because also you get Mark Hamill's on there too, and he's great. It's kind of a proto Joker with the trickster. It's pretty close. Just like his Joker.
RVL 480 van. Will DCU ever produce anything truly good other than Wonder Woman? And well, the law of averages says they should they should be able to at some point.
Well, we got to pause because Jess Reed has to pee. So
you know that like that theory, if you chain 1,000 monkeys to 1,000 typewriters, eventually they'll write a classic.
Yeah, pretty much. Is it better than Lois and Clark, Draven G? In some ways, yes.
Yeah, but Terry Hatcher was really hot though.
Lois and Clark was good, but as far as being closer to like a comic book type situation instead of the romantic comedy aspect, definitely, because that was the catch with Lois and Clark. But yeah,
it was like more rom-com. Yeah.
Yes, he does. Anthony Altieri.
Yeah,
Hamill does play the trickster in the new Flash as well.
Tim Augustin, what if Ryan Johnson was mobbed by people in gorilla suits? That would be hysterical.
That would be fucking awesome. I'd love to see the video of that.
Yeah. Kel Amin Hydrax.
Just let it go.
Yeah. Thoughts on? Okay, that one. No, we're not gonna touch that. Twin River. Well, it's like I said, it's gonna happen eventually. That's all I can say.
Depends on how bad they push it. I don't know if it's just propaganda reporting or what.
Twin River 100. What do you Disney have to give Comcast in order to get the remaining Marvel assets? Hulk and Friends, Namor, etc. Namor is who knows?
How much?
Namor's sticky because they can use Namor in a movie, but they just can't use him in a solo movie. But there's not a whole lot of demand out there for a Namor movie other than me.
They should be able to get the Hulk back for about $1 billion. Maybe a little less, but I doubt it, just because Comcast would probably pay hardball. The rest probably for a cool billion or half that, maybe. Because the way these things go is if they're actually willing to sell, you usually go whatever the last movie made times, was it 3 or 4, Rob? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then whatever that average is, then they figure that's what the franchise is worth. So that's kind of way I see it, because the Hulk movie on his own didn't do nearly as well as well, of course that was early in the Marvel movies, so they might be able to squeak out a little more than $1 billion for him, but I don't. Disney doesn't have to, though. They don't really need to. They can just sit there and keep putting him in movies, and as long as it's not something Hulk, they don't have to pay for it, I guess. I don't think. Or
yeah, as long as it doesn't have Hulk in the title. Yeah. Dead School. Namor's cooler than Aquaman. Just saying. Yeah, Namor is cooler because Namor's a dick. That's why. Namor was always a dick. Namor. I mean, and he was like Namor was an Avenger, and he was a dick. But Namor always. Captain America. There was an issue. Captain America said, "I owe my existence to you," and that's how he got him to join the Avengers. And he was so, and Namor was so just blown away that Captain America just was like, I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for you. You have no idea. And he was just like, Namor was just floored by that, and that was his reason for joining the Avengers. I'm like, the one man I respect owes his existence to me. You're kidding. Okay, I'll join. So
well, and to me, and just on the other end of it, I've never really been an Aquaman fan, and even turning him into Sons of Aquamanarchy didn't really work for me either. To me, it's like those movies where you have the ugly duckling who loves a guy who will pay money to teach her, this other guy or whatever will teach her how to be the best princess in the world and win him over, and they go from being a nerd to this sexy chick or sexy guy in the end of the show. She's all that, yeah. Something like, thank you. I was trying to think of a title of one of them. There's so fucking many of them because it's just ridiculous and stupid, and it's like, that is not going to change the fact that this guy just talks to fucking fish, and he's basically useless on land. And Justice League proved that because he had to be tossed around like a little rag doll because he's fucking useless on land. So. Hey, let her go, or else what? I don't know, man. I'll think of something. You're lucky you're not doing that over here. What about Namor, Tim on Flip? I guess that. What about Namor in a Fantastic Four movie? Yeah. Namor was actually in. He was supposed to be in. He was actually in this in Humans. He was actually in the 2000 series. Jay Lee. Couldn't you have like a really cool story where you could put like the Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer and Namor, and it actually kind of be cohesive because, it would be something disturbing the Earth would be Silver Surfer. And then Namor would get involved. And, I mean, that'd be cool for like a Fantastic Four sequel. And the Inhumans and like, Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, it's why they pronounce it Atalan? I thought it was always Attilan. I don't know. Maybe it just sounds. Maybe I have no idea. Who cares? We always pronounce shit wrong, so I don't know if I even said that right. Aquaman should hook up with Daryl Hannah for a Splash sequel. Sure. That was from Red Syrup. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, Daryl. Well, she did look good a few years ago. Last I know, yeah. Yeah, she did a issue of Playboy. Giggity. She still looked good enough to get harassed by Harvey Weinstein, I guess. So that's not even a fucking joke, guys. That's the truth. Let's see here. Magpie's got a question. Dude. What are the odds of a Lobo movie? They were supposed to be working on a Lobo movie. Yeah, they announced it. Michael Bay, remember? Yeah, so it'll probably have The Rock in it or some shit. Ops from regular show may have a round head, but not as round as Ryan Johnson. The human basketball, Ryan Johnson. If they put Ryan on South Park, God, how would they do that? He's already got a round head. Wouldn't that make their minds explode like Matt and Trey? Be like, what the fuck do we do? It'd be like Mr. Mackey round. Okay. It'd be like Mr. Mackey's long lost son. It's my Star Wars, okay? I did it my way just because I hate you, Dad. Okay? Drugs are bad, son.
Yeah. City and Hill. How long before we see Silver Surfer in the MCU? I think sooner than we think, because he could just turn up in any movie, really.
Do you guys know anything about the now defunct Intermedia? I've tried to find more info on them for years. Nate and Box 64X. No, I thought I seen something about them not too long ago, though. Unless that was you posting something in the Facebook group. No, I haven't heard anything about them lately. And if you haven't found anything, chances are, yeah, we'd have to go to other sources that take more than a few seconds to like punch up on the internet. So, yeah. All emojis are Ryan Johnson headshots. Oh yeah, he was probably the model. Okay.
Yeah. Alice or Hell, Josh Trank versus Ryan Johnson. Who wins this fight? There are no winners.
Because that motherfucker can wreck a hotel room with like how many millions of dollars worth of damage? That means he'd mop the floor with that little round-headed bastard. I know, we're so mean. We need to stop doing that.
You ever see like Laverne Shirley?
Let's just start calling him Charlie Brown.
Do you ever see like Laverne Shirley, how they would do the slap fight? Like how they would do that. That's how I picture Ryan Johnson and Josh Trank fighting.
No, I picture Josh Trank would kick his ass. Because Josh Trank, I could picture in just like an alcohol-induced rage. You're like, my movie! Just fucking kill him, you know? Just with all the stuff we know about Trank, I don't see him fighting like a sissy. I don't know why. I see him grabbing a chair and taking it to his round-ass head. I don't know. Charlie Brown's head.
RVL 480. How much money do you think an MCU made Fantastic Four movie will make? I think it'll do at least Spider-Man Homecoming numbers.
Oh yeah, easy. And that's what it'll be a big event once they get there. I have a feeling they'll introduce like one or two of the Fantastic Four characters in other places first, though. Just like I have a feeling that's what they'll do with X-Men too. So.
There was once Nat Murphy. Do either of you read the comic book saga? No, actually, I don't.
Nope, sorry. I don't have time to read my emails, let alone anything else.
Jeff Reed wants me to write a Fantastic Four script. I actually started writing a Silver Surfer script.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean,
it started
thank
out
you,
exactly
STF fanboy.
Yes, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank
Go ahead
you
and
very much.
ask his question when you're done there.
It's in American money too, so
awesome.
But I love spending. I need maple syrup though.
Well, that shit's not cheap.
Okay. Well, anyway, Robert Suarez. Any thoughts on the comic book Invincible being adapted as a TV animated series for Amazon, as well as live action movie with Seth Rogen involved? I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen. That's all I know.
And then STF fanboy had a question with his too. So.
Okay, super chat, STF fanboy. I know it's off topic. What do you guys think about the rumor set Sir Patrick Stewart working on Star Trek again?
That's never off topic.
I really wish he would.
I want old man Picard. Fuck that. That might be the only good thing they do have, because he'll be out there just telling them young bucks what for. You know what I mean? Like, back in my day, we didn't fuck around like you shitheads, you know? Because it'll be on CBS All Access, so we can swear, you know?
Yeah.
We actually trekked like a man.
Steven Anderson says my Silver Surfer pitch was great.
Yeah, we did that the other night if you want to check that out. Or what night was it? Last week it was.
Yeah. Magpie. Was Trump on WWE or WWF? WWE is WWF. They had to change it because it was the same as World Wildlife Fund.
And there was another reason too. And the reason I heard besides that was the Federation aspect. Like, something to do with that insinuated it was an actual sport or something like that, so they had to change it to entertainment.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's the true story either, so.
Yeah. Well, for years they were able to fly. It didn't matter when they were just a local kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
Jess Reed, who would play the Fantastic Four in Silver Surfer? So for Silver Surfer, I would want Jude Law. That's who ideally I would want as Silver Surfer. The Fantastic Four, I kind of would like David Tennant as Reed Richards.
Jack Black is the
Yvonne
thing.
Strahovski. Yvonne Strahovski as Sue Richards. I really
Hey,
have a
my
thing for
dork's
her.
all made of rock.
Johnny Storm. I have no idea who would play Johnny Storm. There's got to be a guy out there. I can't think of anybody who offhand who would play Johnny Storm. The thing I would probably get. I would like to get Dave Bautista, but he's already Drax.
Yeah, you get Jack Black. No, just kidding.
Who would make a good Johnny Storm?
The Rock, or no? Are you talking about the thing? I thought for a second. Johnny Storm. Just get an unknown young actor who can actually act. That's all.
Yeah, and Josh Nystrand says Andrew Garfield would be perfect Johnny Storm. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can kind of see that.
That could be a kind of a, we're gonna throw you a bone even though you're a dick about it kind of thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, I've seen what's his face. Morpheus is in all kinds of shit now. Because now that's another thing we haven't really touched on. Because he was
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, he's now he's in the MCU on top of the DCEU. He was already the voice of Silver Surfer. He was just saying he would love to play Galactus. So
I can see that. That'd be good. You get the mocap. I mean, yeah. He's got a great voice.
Lawrence Fish, yeah, he's just one of those kick-ass actors that's good in just anything he does.
Oh, and if you're gonna do Galactus totally CGI, the only other voice I could picture would be Keith David.
You mean you don't want Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman as Galactus.
I am a planet.
But if you
and on this planet.
This planet reminds me of a Twinkie. It's soft in the center, creamy goodness, like a Twinkie. So,
Uwe Boll is a better boxer than director. Okay, yeah, that's probably true because I don't like any of his films.
RVL 480. Van, how will Disney handle the Alien franchise? They'll make the movies under the Fox banner.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I don't think people realize or stop to think about. They're not, and we've said it before, so bear with us, those who've heard it. They're not going to turn around and buy Fox and just be like, yeah, we're just going to quit making things under Fox. It's all going to be under Disney now. That's not what they bought it for. They bought it so they have that Fox banner. They sold Miramax and all that kind of stuff years back. So they don't really have an adult section anymore. I don't know how to put it. Adult production company. I think they still own like the rights to the name like Touchstone and stuff like that, and they've used it on and off. But I'm sure they'd rather have a Fox. You know what I mean? They're not going to buy something like 20th Century Fox and not use it. So
yeah, they want to keep the Fox. They'll keep the Fox nameplate. Yeah. Remember when people were Draven G? Remember people calling for Triple H to play Thor? I remember people were calling for Joe Danzig to play Wolverine, but he couldn't act.
Then there was that other guy who was casted for a while. What was his name?
Russell Crowe was actually
no, there's somebody else I'm thinking of. What the hell's his name? I don't know. Anyway, they actually started shooting with him, and I can't think of the name now.
No. Well, we have 92 people in the chat. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
It's like Low Gray or something like that his last name was, or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, if somebody remembers, let us know in the chat. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining us, guys. We got to wrap her up here pretty soon because I got a lot of work to do. But let's take a couple more questions before we go.
A couple more questions, yeah. Would Tom Rothman as Mole Man work? No, I wouldn't be the Mole Man. I would be the Rothman. So let's see. Who would be a good Mole Man? The guy
Danny DeVito.
Yeah. I'm Mole Man. Midnight's Edge. What do you think of having Ronda Rousey of Miss Marvel instead of who they got now? I don't think Ronda Rousey can act.
I don't know. I saw her in the Entourage movie, but she's playing a version of herself. So does that count? That's what I don't get.
No,
I don't
not
know if that
really.
really proves you can act so much. That's a bad start for, like, that's a bad place for actors to start. Because I'll tell you something. Okay, this is a little off topic, but this is truth. I was watching, what was it, Black Snake Moan years ago, and I couldn't figure out who the fucking boyfriend was. I'm like, I know who that is. He's a good actor too. I've seen him somewhere before. Lo and behold, get to the end of the movie, it's Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
So
man.
it's a perfect example of somebody who you would not expect in a million years to actually be a decent actor, and has pulled it off a couple times now, for instance. But, like, yeah, I mean, if you pick the right way to kick it off, I mean, he started with Shrek 3, so that was just a voice, kind of, I think. So at least he wasn't playing himself like Ronda Rousey was. I think she kind of screwed her chances out of a career from the start, especially starting with something like Captain Marvel. There was no way Disney was going to give her that part, so...
I still would want to. Yeah, Josh Nation, Peter Dinklage could play Mole Man. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I still would have preferred.
But he was already
Yvonne,
the dude in Infinity War.
yeah, I still would have preferred Yvonne Strahovski as Carol Danvers, because, like, she's hotter than Brie Larson, and not by a little. Jess Reed wants to know what's my best voice impersonation. Yeah, I do a pretty good Sam Kinison. Yeah, I like the quiet Sam. You know, the Sam that is a little introspective. You know, he would say things, but then he started to get angry. So I'm not gonna yell. It'll blow my mic out if I do it.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
learned that some people don't like it when you do that. So
Yeah, I do. I do a good Bernie Sanders, as you all know. We have huge problems in the country right now. Huge problems.
I got a couple, but yeah.
Let me say this: the White Devil working on Barack Obama impression.
So your Trump's a little better than that, though.
No, that Trump's. Yeah, I don't do it very good. Started doing Obama toward the end of his term. Just gonna get it right, you know. So.
Yeah, all I can do is Eddie Murphy and Schwarzenegger, so yeah, that's about it. And Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Random Gainer brings him up.
Yeah. Who else?
They had a
I can't think
big
of it.
old. It's funny that you brought that up, Random Game User 42, because Skinnison and Goldthwait had a tiff.
Pretty big feud, yeah.
That went all the way through after Kinnison was dead. Goldthwait was not one to mince words. He said all kinds of shit about him after he was dead too. But yeah, they had a thing going for a longest time, and that was because Sam Kinison kept saying that Goldthwait stole his act. So that was the gist of it.
I do a pretty good Richard Simmons sometimes.
I don't think
Richard Simmons.
Anybody?
I don't think anybody knows. I don't think anybody knows. Oh, Howard! I don't think anybody knows who Richard Simmons is anymore.
You know.
Howard, what did you do? What did you do?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So nobody really knows.
Well, my George Lucas is pretty phenomenal, I guess, according to people who've actually met him. So
I do a great impression of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. I flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm on fire for 5 years, rich, undefeated, and pretty. I'm the greatest boxer of all time.
Then you see Bill Cosby do a bit of the real Cosby. You get the roofie and you put it in the drink. You put the roofie in the drink.
well, the 80s nostalgia guy just said, imagine Bill Cosby playing Batman, so give us a little Bill Cosby Batman.
Batman goes, I am the Batman. You see the Joker and the Robin and the Batgirl and the giggity googity googity giggity giggity googity. Put the bat roofie in the bat drink in the drinky and da.
Little pudding popping going on.
You got the stick. You got to get yourself a spoon and fill it with Jello pudding. But my nephew
can't swear in front of people. Anyway, I didn't swear in front of no people. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fuck you, I'm offended. Fuck yourself. Go have a Coke and a spout and shut the fuck up.
I get I do, like I said, I used to do a good Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, I get no respect at all.
No respect.
Hey, Wang, what are you doing taking pictures? This is a parking lot. All right.
I think
all
we
right,
lost
Wang.
the crowd. Doing all these old impressions.
All right, Wang, I think this place is restricted, so don't tell them you're Jewish, okay? Hey, I'll take 4 of those, 2 of those. It's on me, everybody. Oh, look at this hat. You buy this hat, you get a free bowl of soup. Looks good on you, though.
Hey,
Can I really take Ryan
15
Johnson?
bucks a hot.
Ryan Johnson.
People don't like it when he does
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson. He blows out their speakers.
I'm gonna destroy your franchise. Yes, I'm so sorry you're not smart enough to get my movies.
Nat Murphy
Yeah,
asks,
your Rodney Dangerfield sounds a lot like Bernie Sanders. It is almost the same. Yeah, it is almost the same.
pretty close.
close.
At Midnight's Edge After Dark, what do y'all make of the Movie Pass Gotti business, and what do you think about AMC competitive deal? I know a little bit about the Gotti business. I don't know a ton. I just know that I guess like a large percentage of its box office came from Movie Pass or something like that. That's all I read about it. And the AMC competitive deal, I'm interested in trying that because I like 3D and IMAX and stuff like that. So, but now Movie Pass is making it to where you're supposed to be able to go see 3D movies and shit. But I couldn't use it the other night to go see Jurassic World, so go figure. But Tobey Maguire.
No, I can't imitate doing what. I'm gonna tell you, I used to do a Bill Clinton impression like nobody's business.
I think everybody can do a Bill Clinton now.
I told you, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I haven't touched Hillary in years.
That's right.
So,
a little too much politics,
okay.
but yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, well, can I do Homer Simpson as Thanos? No, I can't do. I can't really do a good Homer. I don't do a good Homer Simpson.
This does bring a smile to my face.
I don't really do.
Infinity
I really don't do a good
College.
Homer Simpson.
No! He's not too
I-
hard. You just kind of talk down like this, and you give yourself a little lisp, and you're Homer.
Coffee Lover 239. How long do you think it will take to repair the Star Wars brand after all that's happened to it? They're in a tough spot. They really are. It could be repaired in one movie. It may take a couple. It could never be repaired.
Right.
I keep thinking I think this current trilogy is absolutely foobarred. I don't think there's anything J.J. Abrams can do.
Yeah, it's going to take
Other
a
than
really cool anthology film type thing.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything you can do other than pretend that Episode 8 never happened.
Dead Schooled, I'll do you one better. I'll do Mark Hamill's Joker as Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Oh, that one, yes.
Eric Draven, imitate Doomcock. Either one of you. Nah.
Doomcock.
Just
I can do a kind of a good Doomcock, but it's not. I wouldn't do him justice, I guess. Harvey's pretty easy and all, but yeah, it's still not as good.
Yeah.
We're Doomcock hopefully tomorrow. Fingers crossed. So yeah.
do Michael Jackson as Kylo Ren. Just kill the past if you have to. Let the
You're
past die.
ignorant. I can be as good as Darth Vader.
No, that's ignorant. That's ignorant. You don't know how to
Kylo
force.
Ben.
That's
The
ignorant.
two of us need a little. Oh, sorry. Okay.
That one day I touched Ray in the rain.
Alice Sorrell, I used to think Tom was Doomcock as a voice changer. I could probably do a pretty good stand-in. I will give you that. I don't have his sense of humor, though. Though I have made the Master laugh quite a few times, and so has Rob, so we got that going for us.
Just read. You and Tom need a whole series of voice impersonation. Be a long time since I laughed that hard.
Most people don't like him.
Yeah, most people don't like him. But a friend of mine used to joke that I was going to do a one-man show of Rob's big racial stereotypes, for one night only, and then the next night would be racial sensitivity training.
Can you do
See all
Darth
your favorite
Maul's
characters.
voice? That's a very... Magpie, the Queen movie's coming out this December, yeah. And Bryan Singer's still getting director credit. I get random game user 42. I'm not going to comment on that because I actually brought that up to him once and he wouldn't comment to me, so that's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little something to that. But no, I don't think so.
Doomcock's not Mike Judge.
He's good up until you ask him to do his Beavis. His Beavis is not quite right, so maybe that's the key. I don't know.
What if Andre became a UFC fighter? Alistair Hell. I used to say the only three things people always say occupations claim that they are on. That the only three occupations people on the internet claim to have are IT professional, Navy SEAL, and Ultimate Fighter. So like those are the only three growth industries left. Like if you're gonna BS me, then interesting backup shortstop for the Philadelphia Phillies. You know, come on, just be imaginative here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote Saxon. I don't know the exact names of the music. Andre does though, and he's posted it before in other places. But yeah, offhand, I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, couple more questions here, guys. We're closing on 1 hour. We crossed the 1 hour threshold.
Yeah, a little longer than I wanted to because I got so much to do, but that's all right. We love you guys, so we'll stick around for a little longer.
Okay, can you do Yoda as Kermit the Frog?
Do or do not. There is no try. Which is very close to George Lucas.
These zoning laws have not used.
And then Harold Ramis. So
I've seen that.
And Al Michaels.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying,
and Ray Romano.
I wasn't saying anything. Why can't I get this chance to speak?
Jeff Moore asks, is Andy Milonakis still doing a Ferris Bueller remake? Good God, I hope not. That's the first I've heard about it, if it's true. They were talking a Ferris Bueller sequel for years and years and years. It just never came to be.
Do Miss Piggy as Princess Leia. I don't think I could do Princess Piggy. I haven't.
I used to be able to. Yeah, I don't know if I still could or not. Let me think. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, see, no, it's too high. Can't do it, guys. I ain't gonna fuck myself up doing that.
Okay. Let's a couple more questions, guys. Make them good ones. Come on.
Yeah, right. Random Ray Muser. That's the only one that really got. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Can you do Andrew Dice Clay?
Oh,
hickory dickory dock. Hey, Jack and Jill went up the hill and they had intercourse. Oh.
Anthony Altieri, wasn't the sequel supposed to be Ferris Bueller's Daughter? I think that was one of them. The original sequel was supposed to be his Day Off Work, I think was the title, is where he calls in or he plays hooky from work. And it was actually supposed to have Matthew Broderick and all that stuff in it. So yeah, but that just never came to be. Actually, Andre has a editorial about Star Wars in general coming up tomorrow. I would imagine it'll be up. I'm going to be working on it as soon as we go off the air here. So,
okay, like I said, let's take two more. Hey, Graham Strauss, your Dice Man sounds a bit like Bernie Sanders. Everything sounds like Bernie Sanders. Is there a sci-fi movie from the 70s you would like to see remade?
They were going to do Logan's Run and Silent Running. I think they've been working on.
Logan's Run's always a good one. That could be probably redo that. I keep saying Flash Gordon. Steven Anderson, will Richard Donner ever make another movie? Probably not. Why won't Warner Brothers remake Goonies? Won't make Goonies 2?
They talked about it every damn time they have a reunion. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Everybody's too damn old now.
Yeah.
It'd be about their grandkids now instead of them with their kids. Because that was originally the plan, was to be about them and their kids on an adventure. It'd be their grandkids now. Shit.
All right. A couple more?
Yeah, they have that Harvey guy. They've talked about a Logan's Run remake for ages, but the last I heard, they were actually gender swapping it. But anyway.
Do Porky Pig as Thanos. Reading Thanos now. Please don't remake Goonies. Wasn't it the horror version of Goonies?
Yeah,
they came out the same year. That's a good point.
Do Bart Simpson to Spider-Man. Just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I don't know.
Do the Bart man. Yeah, I can't do a Bart. That's too high.
It's
gotta be a chick. Porky
Nancy
Pig I
Cartwright
can do, but
does the voice of Bart, and that's why I can't get that high.
Goonies never say remake. Yeah, Porky Pig.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I heard MTV's Daria is getting rebooted.
Yes,
Thoughts on that? I never liked Daria.
I doubt it'll have anything to do with Mike Judge. I was never a huge fan of it either, so I highly doubt it'll be that great. I doubt he'll have anything to do with it either. So,
Eric Draven, Porky's remake. True, we've been hearing about that, but
another one like Revenge of the Nerds and a few other ones they keep bringing up, but I don't know. I think the time has kind of passed. But you never know.
Outsoar Hell, should Godzilla and Kong team up to fight Ryan Johnson at the end of
Yes.
yes, that would be awesome.
With Mecha Streisand.
Magpie, recently David Lynch ended up having explained in the news piece about his Trump comments to Trump. Did David Lynch ever explain anything else ever? Not that I was aware of.
He's never even explained the plots to his films or TV shows.
Anthony Anteri, Aubrey Plaza needs to make that live action Daria movie. Oh, I love Aubrey
Yeah, that
Plaza.
was a long time ago. They were that was just wasn't that just a fake trailer or whatever thing they did? Yeah. Or didn't,
but I love Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza is like, if people say what's your type, I'm like Aubrey Plaza is my type and Tina Fey is my type.
Yeah, Gandom Ram user. That's what I was about to say. Random game user. I think Revenge of the Nerds could only work if it's a real nerds versus Fairweather Trend of Millennium fake nerds. You have to do something, because that's what I said when they were casting it a while, like 10 years ago. They were talking about it. I'm like, you can't make nerds movie work now. The whole point was, nerds weren't cool then. They're cool now. They even use that twist in the third film, that nerds are cool now. So I don't know. I just don't see it working. Not in this day and age.
Well, you'd have to change it to like hipsters or something. Worst director: Michael Bay, Zack Snyder, or Ryan Johnson. It's a tie, all three. Actually, yeah, I had I pitched.
Go ahead.
No, see, like Revenge of the Nerds. I actually pitched a movie to someone actually called Die Hipster Die, which would be like Revenge of the Nerds now.
I was just going to say, the only way I could see this happening, and before anybody gets really pissy with me, this is one of the few times I could see where gender swapping would work in its favor. Why? Because of the situation here, you could switch it from just nerds in general to, because then women are also, in this day and age especially, still body sensitive. So it doesn't necessarily, it makes a little bit more sense. It probably would play along a little better, even though it'd probably come off more like Mean Girls when you have the preppy girls instead of the preppy guys. But I think that's one of the few times a gender swap might actually work if you're gonna remake it, but it doesn't need to be, and I don't think it would work anyway. So that's just, yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Yeah, I got work to do.
One more question. Make it a good one. One more question, guys. Here, make it a good one. Let's see what we got here. Wait, is Bang Bang Theory just Revenge of the Nerds series? Not really, but yeah, kind of the premise. Socially awkward people. Let's see.
That's a good reason why it wouldn't work now, because they're
Highest Heights. After Highest Heights, did George Lucas ever explain why he chose to make prequels instead of just continuing with Episode 7?
Because that was always his plan after he had the first film done and he knew he had a hit in his head. He's like, he was actually, he wrote it as a whole thing, but he said, let me do this middle part and let me go back and do the other ones, the first three eventually. And Mark Hamill was actually signed to do a fourth movie, but that never happened. But anyhow,
okay, well, one more. One more. Global Liberation Army. That's really not a question. Okay, come on. I keep thinking of the Conflicts video game series, Global Liberation Army.
The House Bunny.
Have you ever read the Star Wars comic book, the original screenplays? No, I have not. But I'm interested. I'm curious to try.
I've heard about it. Yeah, actually, I think I perused it once, but I don't think I read the whole thing. But yeah.
Okay, guys. We'd love to do this all night, but we got to get going. I'm very sorry. We'll be back tomorrow night with Doomcock. What time would you say we'll be back with Doomcock?
I'm hoping about 8 o'clock Central, but yeah.
Would a solo Lando movie in the post-85 Return of the Jedi work? Yeah, but only starred Billy Dee Williams because when he was young. Did Hammer push make Episode 7 when he was younger? Nobody was under contract to do so. Guys, we have got to go. We're very sorry. We love to do with Doomcock. We will see you there. Thank you. Subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell. Check us out on Patreon. We got all kinds of bonuses there. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. And we will catch you next time.